Empathy is one of the key components to building authentic relationships. And when I'm teaching high school students or young people how to cultivate empathy so that the people that they mentor in their peer mentor programs feel that they're empathetic and feel that they're understanding, which in turn builds that authentic relationship, I teach them that the difference between empathy and sympathy is feeling sorry for somebody, whereas empathy is really trying to put yourself in their shoes and understand their perspective and get a sense of what it's like to actually be them from an emotional standpoint. And when you do that, that's the doorstep, that's the path to compassion. And when you feel that compassion, when you feel that want to help them reduce their suffering, then something transmits between you. And when you express that, when you express empathy, when you say, this is what it seems like to be in your shoes right now, or this is what I'm thinking it seems like to be in your shoes right now, or what your experiences are. And when you approach that with kindness, that naturally, organically builds authentic relationships. And so we want to break it down really simple for young people because we're teaching them how to cultivate these relationships in their lives. Of course, we do that with them as well. That's one of the best ways to model it. But we also want to break it down in a simple matter so that when they're, mentoring people younger than them, or when they're engaging in peer mentoring, they understand the value of what it means to practice and cultivate empathy. And I oftentimes will tell them, just keep it simple. One way to practice empathy, one very tangible way, is when somebody's telling you their story, just be present to them. Don't get all solution focused. Don't interrupt them. Just be present to them and practice active listening and practice curiosity. Be curious about their experience. Be curious about who they are, because when you do that, you're implicitly saying it's okay to be you, and I want to know who you are. And when you express that, when you say, it sounds like it feels like this to be you right now. It sounds like it's really scary, or it sounds like it's really anxiety provoking, or is this what it's like from your perspective? When you do those things, you're expressing empathy, and that's what inherently builds that authentic relationship. So, the Center for Adolescent Studies and Family Spring, my two companies, we partner with a lot of people who run peer mentor programs. So not only are we doing therapy and counseling and building authentic relationships with the youth that we work with, but we're teaching them to do it with other people. Because for some of us, myself included, training has been some of the most therapeutic experiences I've ever had, getting trained and actually experiencing that training and education. And that's why I'm so passionate about developing young leaders, developing young youth peer mentors, and really helping people do this work effectively, whether it's other professionals who work with youth or whether it's youth who work with youth. All right, folks, have a wonderful Saturday.